Hey guys, and welcome back to the Nerd Cave. Finally back. It's been a minute. I think my last video was my May pickups video. Life just kind of got in the way. Summer was super busy. I was lucky enough to go on a couple trips. The kids were home. Work was crazy. Juggling all those things. I just had not had an opportunity to do a video. In fact, it wasn't until like the end of July where I realized I forgot to do June. So at that point, I was like, maybe I'll just do a summer haul video, and that's what we're doing today. Just everything I've picked up in June, July, August. As you know, I'm kind of switching gears a little bit and collecting with more of a purpose, right? Not just getting everything. So it's 3 months, but it's not a ton of stuff. A lot of Vinegar Syndrome, and I'm trying to remember why I have so much Vinegar Syndrome. I know there's been at least 2 sales since my last video, and I'm kind of forgetting which is from what sale. So we're just kind of throw everything out there and what I got for Vinegar Syndrome. Speaking of them, they just had their Labor Day sale, and I kind of just went crazy, and I don't know why. I've been trying to kind of cut back on Vinegar Syndrome just because I get so much of it. They have all these sales, right? So I'm always waiting on the sales, but then they start releasing things with low volume, so I pick those up. So yeah, this is like literally all my VHS, Vinegar Syndrome right here. So I got a ton of it. Like the company, like what they do, but yeah, just went a little nuts. That happens, I guess. But I do like most of what I picked up. I think. We'll just get to it. But before we get to that, let's just kind of jump into my Walmart, Amazon pickups. We have a couple Lionsgate stuff. But actually, taking a step back, let's get into some other collectibles that I started to get into, which I hate myself for doing, but the whole FOMO is real, and I really got to kind of dial it back a little bit. I was doing really well. I think I've been doing really well in 2025, in terms of not having 30, 40, 50 titles every month picking up, right? And even with these sales, it's just that there's been a lot of them over the last couple months, but I'm not spending like $400 or $500 on each of these sales, right? It's less than that. I probably dropped about two something for the Labor Day sale. After going back on like every day, because it was, out of print stuff dropping every day for like 3 or 4 days. Then I had a bunch of points, so I wanted to get some of these slips for free. You know how it is, right? So you just kind of get worked up and everything. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and show you this next collection that, again, I don't want to find myself into, but I find myself into it, and it's the popcorn bucket collection. I mean, I'm not going to go through everything I have. Maybe I'll do a separate video for that. But these popcorn buckets are just going out of control. I did not get the Galactus one. That is not what this is. That is, number one, too big for this room. Another reason why I haven't really done a video in the last couple of months is because my room has become, the Nerd Cave has become just a de facto, like, let's throw everything in here while we kind of fix some stuff up in the house. And just a quick look, this is kind of what I'm working with. So yeah, that's it's frustrating. Finally actually getting back into this room. So that Galactus popcorn bucket is just crazy big and expensive. The one I picked up is the Superman popcorn bucket. New to the popcorn bucket collection. They had a good amount of these. We saw Superman. We did that Amazon Prime advanced screening, so we saw it like a couple days earlier, and on IMAX, which was awesome. I really enjoyed the film. I like that it just kind of jumps right in. It's a universe that's already kind of been established, and it was fun. It was just kind of like reading a comic book. I did really enjoy it. And I said to my brother-in-law, I was like, okay, if the movie's good, we'll go buy these popcorn buckets. And we enjoyed it, so we picked up the popcorn bucket. It's just like a mini newspaper dispenser, which I don't know if they still make these or have these out, but I know in New York, these are all over the place, and just pop the quarter in, and the paper would be in here. And this is cool because you can switch it, and it's now a crypto newspaper. So, and I went crazy, and not just the popcorn bucket, but I also picked up the cup. Thought the cup was really cool. It's got a rubber cape. I don't want to find myself starting to get these cups too, but this one I thought was kind of cool, and I picked the one that has Superman on it. You can also get one. I immediately regretted the fact I didn't get the one that had crypto, but I'm still glad I got it. I think it was a great movie. Like the merch, so add that to the collection. Have no idea where I'm going to put that. Zero clue. Next up, I ended up buying this because I was with my son and he saw this cup and he thought it was really awesome. I think it's really awesome. And it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws cup. I know they re-released it. I didn't watch it. I didn't see it in the theater re-released. My daughter did, like 3 days ago. Super proud of her that she went to see it. Not that she hasn't seen it here, but my son saw this, so I went ahead and ended up picking this up. And then then I went to the theater again, forgot what I saw, but I ended up picking this up too. It's the Jaws plush pillow. I thought it was really cool, and I thought it'd be a good addition to the pillows I have. I'll just toss it over there. The pillows I have on the futon. That's right to my left. So yeah, here are the popcorn buckets / cups that I picked up. Let me know in the comments, have you been getting all these popcorn buckets? Do you hate yourself as much as I do? let me know. All right, next up, I just want to show you what I got for my birthday. I didn't get a ton of movies. There was one thing that I mentioned I wanted, and my wife got it. I was super excited. It's kind of heavy. And here we go. And there I am. The Metallica Load Anniversary Collector's Set. I am a huge Metallica fan, and I was super excited to get this. I got into Metallica. I discovered the Black Album probably in 94, 95. My buddy Jesse was like really into that type of music. I was kind of getting into, or already kind of into, grunge at that point. And this is my first kind of introduction to kind of like heavier stuff. And it was around that time that Load came out. And I know a lot of people who were big Metallica fans at the time, very controversial. They cut their hair, they're into kind of different, not these long 8-10 minute ballads. But I loved it. And so, like, looking back at Load, it just reminds me of high school, reminds me of kind of getting into Metallica. And since then, I've been a huge fan with their back catalog of stuff. Just absolutely love it. Freight Ends Insanity, one of my favorite songs. Just love Metallica. Just saw them a year or two ago when they had, like, that 2-day concert. It was like a Friday and a Sunday. They didn't repeat a song. It was just unbelievable. They still fucking rock. And I think they're in their 60s or close to it. So, really excited for this. Ton of stuff here, if you can see that. Maybe not. Let me just try to fix this. I'm the worst at this. There we go. Yeah, so it's 15 CDs, 6 LPs, 4 DVDs, 245 unreleased tracks, which I assume are just kind of studio tracks where they're just, I bought a bunch of those back in the day, back when like CD stores were everywhere. You'd find these kind of bootleg type B-side singles, and you'd have James kind of just humming to King Nothing, right? And trying to figure out what the lyrics were, and they'd record it. So I'm assuming it's a lot of that stuff. And in the back, it's just so much. I mean, I haven't even cracked this open yet. But just go online if you want to see what the details are. There's so much to it. But really excited to finally... I haven't cracked it open. Maybe I'll do an unboxing of it eventually. But super excited to get into it. All right, now let's jump into my Walmart pickups. First up is Ace Ventura, Pet Detective Steelbook. Here's the J card. I like the fact that my Walmart has like a dedicated Steelbook, 4K Blu-ray, DVD section, but it's behind glass now, which is super annoying. And it's just my anxiety level goes through the roof when I have to go there and I have to find someone and they look annoyed because, you know, they just love working at Walmart, I guess. And it's just, you know, frustrating. Even, you know, the video games I get, but like the movies, I mean, shit, deodorant and bar soap. I have to find somebody and I get the biggest eye roll. It's not my fault that there's scumbags out there that steal soap and you're forced to put it behind glass. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I saw this when it hit the theaters. I think I saw it 4 times in the theater. Absolutely love this. Next up, the Steelbook of Longlegs. Saw this in the theater, really enjoyed it. Held off on picking up the initial release, but saw that they had a Steelbook, so had to pick that up. Nice matte finish. Really cool. Nicolas Cage. Can't wait for that Spider Noir to come out. I don't know when that's happening. I know there was a trailer a while ago. But yeah, here are my Walmart pickups. Next up, Amazon. First up is Dark City. I think I pre-ordered this. Really great movie. Haven't cracked this open yet, but haven't watched it in a couple years. But great film. It's 4K release. That chunky box edition. With now slip. They have like the slip on it, which I don't know who drew a sort of claw or dick on this. I have no idea what happened there, but I'm not gonna go, you know, take everything about you got your typical Amaray, the book and a poster, and I did, of course, change the artwork back to the original poster. But yeah, really excited for that to come out. Next up, okay, so this is an MVD release, MVD Rewind Collection. I don't have a complete collection of this, only because I was a little late to the game in getting these, so I know a lot of them will be hard. I don't love all the movies that are released for the MVD, so I just kind of get what I like. I got this because of nostalgia, I swear. Bikini Car Wash Company Parts 1 and 2. The definitive collection. This reminds me of when I was 14, 15 years old. This was on Cinemax all the time. We did not have Cinemax. We were an HBO household. But I remember, I think, sleeping at my grandmother's once, and she had a 1-bedroom apartment, so I would sleep, if I slept over, it'd be on the couch. And I remember her telling me specifically, don't turn on Cinemax because there's dirty movies on at this time at night. Like, you don't tell a 14, 15-year-old that. So obviously this was on. But I was too nervous to really watch it, because she was literally in the next room. So it was kind of like, switch it on, switch it off, switch it on, switch it off. I didn't want there to be a situation where I fell asleep with that on in the background. Which happened to me later in life. Married, kids, I was downstairs watching, I swear to God, I was watching the A-Team movie. And it was like spring, so like my windows were wide open. It was like, you know, nighttime. I fell asleep on the couch, and I think it was on Cinemax or HBO, one of those channels, and I woke up to moaning, and it was like a Skinemax movie. You know, I had fallen asleep, and it was like 2 hours later, and I woke up to the moaning, and I was like, oh shit. And then I looked to my right, and my wife's just standing there. She's just like, really? And I'm like, I swear, I was watching the A-Team. Man, do you think I'd have this on full blast with the windows open? Come on. Anyway, Bikini Car Wash Company. That's that. Next up from Amazon, I did not get to see this in the theater, but I absolutely love, what is his name? I am the worst at this. But it's Friendship. Oh, Tim Robinson. Duh, it's right there. I'm forgetting the name of the TV show that he's on Netflix, the show on Netflix that he's on. God, I can't remember. Anyway, it's an absolutely hysterical show. I can't wait to watch this. I'm a little nervous because his humor is very, like, anxiety driven. Like, I watch his comedy. It's almost like Curb in a way where it's like, oh, don't say that, you know? But it's hysterical at the same time. So I just got this last week, so I'm definitely gonna watch this this weekend. But here are my Amazon pickups. All right, so I think we're gonna do all the Vinegar Syndrome last. So next up is a pickup. Well, are some pickups from Vestron, and with a little bit of a rant as well. So I collect the Vestron video collector series. I'm only missing one, and it's impossible to find. And it's just The Unholy. I can't find that anywhere, and when you do find it, it's so expensive I refuse to pay it. But I have everything else. Used to be able to get these Walmart, Amazon, you know, they were available. Now they're part of the Lionsgate Limited, and you can only get them on their website. I feel like it's super annoying, and it's driven up the prices. But it is what it is. So I had two separate pickups. The first one was for release number 32 and 33, and that is May. I've never heard of this. You know, when these first came out, they were a lot of money. They were like your other type of boutique releases, like 30 some odd dollars, if not more. Then they started coming out after a long hiatus, adding a digital copy, which the earlier ones didn't. And but they were only like $12 to $14. It was great. $15, whatever. And now they're kind of back to higher teens, low 20s. And I think it's because it's on their site. You have to pay for shipping now. It's just annoying. Next one, All of Me, Steve Martin, Lily Tomlin. I feel like I remember watching this as a kid. And then I did a second order when this one came out. Ghoulies Go to College. Had to pick this up since I already have the other two Ghoulies movies as part of the MVD laser release, which they haven't done one, I don't think, since Cutting Class. They've only done 4 so far, so they're kind of slow to that. Let me know if I'm wrong, if there's another release out there. And so when I got Ghoulies, I had thrown something else in the cart, and then immediately I took it out, because I was like, I don't need this movie. It's kind of expensive for this set. I can buy the regular Blu-rays for super cheap. But somehow, I guess I didn't take it out of the cart, because when I got the Ghoulies, it came in a huge box. And this was also in it. Den of Thieves. Lionsgate Limited. Again, so you can only get it through the website. You know, nice, sturdy, hard box set. I've never seen these films. I know you can get them for dirt cheap. This costs like $40-50. I mean, I was like, what the... You know, when I saw it, I was like, why did I do that? I thought I took it off. I guess I did. You know, it's got the magnet. It's got the 2 movies. Got your digital code for the 2. And you got the first movie. You got the second movie. Like, it's cool, but I don't think it's worth what I paid for it. It was just frustrating. Like, I hate when that happens. Like, yeah, I've bought things before that I've regretted, but this is one that I didn't want to buy, and I thought I made a good choice of not buying it, and then ended up getting it. But here are my Vestron / Lionsgate pickups. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same way about this Lionsgate, you know, Vestron Video shenanigans. I'm gonna take another rant break for a second, And, some of the things that I didn't get to talk about during the summer when things were happening, right? Nightmare on Elm Street. Totally missed the boat. We didn't know what the artwork was going to be. It was an Amazon exclusive. And as soon as they dropped that artwork, I ran to go pre-order it, and I got that. Like everyone has seen since. We're currently out of stock, trying to go back in stock. They're not going to get back in stock. It's only limited to 4,000. Screw you, Warner Brothers New Line, for doing that. The same thing happened with the Superman collection. There it is. I luckily pre-ordered that like immediately. But Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah, and it's such a nice looking set. I don't know if you can see up there as well. I can stand up. There we go. I got that, right? That's the Zavvi release. That's the cover. That's the case, and inside is the steelbook with the artwork, the poster art. Because I hated that artwork. In the U.S., that artwork was only the steelbook. I think we all know this. So I was like, screw it. I'll just get the standard release. And I don't hate the standard release. It's a red box, the red Amaray, which is kind of cool. I do like the Freddy that's on there, the image of Freddy. I think it might be from part 4. But he's got the jacket on. So I didn't hate it. I like to get the digital copies, but it was just bothering me. And then Zavvi came out with their version, and it's the same artwork. The only difference is the US only has 4Ks plus the digital. The Zavvi, the UK version, never has that digital copy. It always has like the Blu-ray. So it's almost $100 more. It was already an expensive set. I'm mad at myself, but I knew I'd be pissed if I didn't do it. And that sold out like the next day. Like I got it, and then that next day I checked it again, and it was sold out. So I don't know what the status of the UK version is. If that's also limited to 4,000, I don't know. And I'll be an asshole and end up waiting for that other set that's $100, the standard release. Once that goes down to like half price, I'll probably end up picking that up so I can get the digital copies. I know I'm stupid. I'm falling down that rabbit hole I don't want to do, that I'm stopping myself from doing. But it's like a tent pole kind of genre film, right? It's horror genre. It's Nightmare on Elm Street. It's like, a classic. You have to get it. And all I have, like everyone else, is just that crappy, which isn't crappy. Everyone shits on it. It's not terrible. It's that Blu-ray set, and it was dirt cheap. And it did its job. But anyway, rant over. I ended up getting it and pre-ordering that. Let me know, were you able to jump on that in time? Did you have to get the Zavvi set? Are you settling for the standard release? Do not get that standard release yet. It was $99. Amazon jumped to like $150, then went back to $99. Your other shops, Walmart, or I think Diabolic has it at a good price, normal price, but wait on that. That's a standard studio release. That's going to be around for a while. That's going to drop down at some point to 50. It has to. Anyway, let's jump into Vinegar Syndrome. I want to say this is the subscriber weeks. No, this might not be subscriber week. I don't know which sale this is, and this may be mixed up. Let's start with this one, because I think this was the subscriber week sale. I think. Okay, first up. It's all on my lap. Okay, first up, the Cardona collection, volume, well, it's 2, and that's volume 1. So I waited a while to pick these up. They were on set, dirt cheap, I feel like. And they're magnetized, so you can kind of just put them together. It's a cool little gimmick. I don't know why they don't do it more often. Here's the movies in there. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm already 25 minutes into this video, almost. But the Cardona collection seemed kind of cool. Artwork's great. Whoops. Alrighty. This is a family show. Anyway, Cardona collection. Next up, let's do these in some sort of order, if I can. These are my VSUs. So with Vinegar Syndrome, I am not a completionist. I tried to be for their VSAs, but I missed out on like Evil Town, which was like the second or third release. I was never able to get it, and then they started releasing movies I wanted nothing to do with, so I kind of stopped with VSAs unless I liked the movie, That's it. I am a completionist with 2 things from Vinegar Syndrome. One being, if you see it off here, the VSUs. I think the movies that they released for VSUs are great. Maybe not that Samurai, Six String Samurai, but the others have been bangers, right? And so there have been 4 releases that I picked up. 3 from this current sale and 1 from the next one we'll talk about. And I just had to pick them up. Absolutely love them. First one is Navy SEALs. Great artwork. I mean, they really do a great job. You can say a lot about Vinegar Syndrome sometimes, but they really put the effort into their releases. Absolutely love the VSU. My OCD is killing me. Okay. Next up, and I don't know if this is in order, Virtuosity. Great film. I remember this back in the 90s. Don't love this artwork, to be honest. That artwork is cool. But don't love the rest of it. And all these releases come with a book and all that other good stuff. Very premium release. Next up, Golden Child, which is a double dip or upgrade, I think you can say, of the Paramount Presents version of that, which I think was only a Blu-ray. Golden Child, absolutely love this film. This is like, oh, and they effed up. So this is the effed up one. This came in with this. Like, I guess they knew right away. So when I got this, it came with this. So the effed up one was in here. This was the new one. I switched it. I still like to keep the effed up discs regardless. But this is definitely worth a upgrade for sure. So that's the VSUs. Next up, absolute great film, Dirty Work. This collector's edition is out of stock now. I think you can only get the and this, I think that just happened during the recent sale. But you can get the standard edition. But just look at this. I have to do it. Sorry. So yeah, Dirty Work. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, Norm Macdonald, absolute legend. Artie Lang. I mean, sometimes Vinegar Syndrome surprises you and gets these releases that are just unbelievable. But you got to be careful, right? Like, yeah, you might like Vinegar Syndrome. If you miss out on something, don't go crazy. I'll put money on it that in a year you're going to see a studio release of Dirty Work on 4K. Because they've done the work, right? So when the license runs out, someone's going to release it. That's happening right now with the Beastmaster. It was a VSU, an amazing VSU, right? Now Scream Factory is coming out with a 4K edition. I love the VSU edition, so I'm happy with it. I don't need to upgrade. It's not really an upgrade, but I don't need the Scream Factory version. But that's just what's going to happen, right? You're going to spend all this money to try to get something, and I get it if you're a completionist. Oh, I forgot to mention the other thing that I was a completionist about. Well, we'll get into that later. I said there was 2 things in Vinegar Syndrome I want to complete a complete collection of. I'll go back to the second one later. But so far here, the pickups, I got 2 more. And again, I think this was the subscriber week sale. I think. I might be wrong. Was this the halfway to Black Friday? When is halfway to Black Friday? Am I a moron? This could be the halfway to Black Friday sale. This is what this is. This is a halfway to Black Friday sale. Yes. Fatal Games. Yeah, because the next sale I'll show you, I think, was a subscriber week sale, and Fatal Games ended up being on that for cheaper. I bought this for like a regular price for some stupid reason. Because I don't know what I did. I'm not a rookie with this. That was a rookie move. I don't usually pick up movies that have a lot of stock left at full price. And then Bloodbath at the House of Death. I got it because the artwork looks cool. I watched the trailer. Looks kind of zany. And look at his neck. What in God's name is going on with Vincent Price's neck? And he's giving you the side eye. So I actually am looking forward to watching that one. So there, I guess this is the halfway to Black Friday sale. Next up is the subscriber week sale. First, we'll start with some comic books. This was a good price, and I'm very happy that I got it. I want to crack it open and read these eventually. It's Maniac 2 Roadkill, the complete graphic novel 4-book collection. Really awesome. Here are, I guess, the individual covers. Really, really cool. It was a decent price, so I had to get that. Next up is talking about Beastmaster. I got the VHS with that light up case. I have that for Rad, and now I have it for this. I'll never watch it on VHS, although I do have a VHS player, of course. But it looked awesome, and it was a decent price. Next up is from their cinematography line, and I don't care if that's not how you say it. That's how I say it. Looks like a good film. You know, this is another one where I thought, oh, I'll collect all these. These are awesome. They're digibooks, and I love digibooks. But no, they come out way too often. I've complained about that before. So I just haven't had the opportunity, watch my arm, sorry, to really get them. They just come out too much, too often, and I don't know if I love all of the releases, so... Next up is the latest VSU release. I think it's the latest one. It is the latest one. Yes. It's release number 13. Do I release 10? I do. That's Congo. Sorry, talking to myself. And it's a Mac and Me. What a joy that this came out. I picked this up right away because I don't want to mess around with not getting my VSUs. The thing with Vinegar Syndrome, I'll talk about that in a second. Sometimes they have a super limited release on some of these, which is the issue I ran into about the next thing we'll talk about. It's Mac and Me, and then a couple standard releases. Girls School Screamers, that was had a decent sale price to it, so I picked it up. Night Beast, I did not have it, and this is with their new slip. And then finally, Bloodhook. I already had the movie, but this is like their remake kind of slips, or they reissue these slips, and you collect points when you buy enough from Vinegar Syndrome. So I had a ton of points, so I've been getting these slips for free. So this slip, I mean, people have spent hundreds on this. And it's an older release, and yeah, they spent so much on this, and now they're re-releasing them. So that's kind of a little bit of a controversy as well, I think, right? People who have these limited edition type slips, you can kind of get these now. Those might be a limited run as well, but I don't know. Yeah, so these are some of. I got another Vinegar Syndrome pickup. I'm a mess here. Too much going on. Halfway to Black Friday sale, subscriber week, and now getting into some Monster Mania pickups. So Monster Mania happened a couple weeks ago. I did not go. I was on vacation, but my brother-in-law went with a buddy of his, and he asked me, do you need anything? Diabolic DVD is there, Vinegar Syndrome's there, and I said, I need Forgotten Gialli volumes 7 and 8 because those motherfuckers sold out. And I don't know why they sold out, because I usually wait until a sale and pick them up for the sale price. But for some reason, these Forgotten Giallis, and this is what I wanted to kind of complain about, they have limited their run for some reason. So now these go out of stock pretty quickly. So now I know next time there's a Forgotten Gialli set, I need to pick them up. So I have all of them so far. This is volume something, 7, 8? We'll go backwards. This is 8. This is the latest one. This sold out pretty quickly. I was surprised. And here are the films. And then this is volume 7. Really great artwork on these. I love these box sets. The one with this one, though, That's not supposed to happen. That is not supposed to happen. Oh, I think that one has the boobies on it, so I can't show it, but... yeah, so... and then from a partner label release, I did not need this. I did not need this, but I needed it. You're So Cool, Brewster, The Story of Fright Night, two-disc set from ETR Media, partner label. This has shown up as special features on their Studio Steelbook 4K release, as well as a UK edition that I have. And so I did not need it. I have it on two different releases. But it's Fright Night. Fright Night is my second favorite vampire movie ever. Very close to Lost Boys. And then part 2 is just unbelievable. And it's got some... it also talks about part 2 on this. Absolutely love this. Had to get it just because it's Fright Night. And then also from Monster Mania, he got me these two little cute things. These coasters that look like the NES games. Absolutely love that. So here are my Vinegar Syndrome / Monster Mania pickups. Alright, so next up, and I'm just leaving these on the table because there's just too much to move. On vacation, there was a bunch of outlet stores. So my wife and daughter went there. I went with my son, and we hit up, like, they have like a Lids there, and they have some other spots, like a North Face and Under Armour, and then we hit up a video game store. It used to be like a we sell on TV kind of store, but that I guess they changed it to a video game store. So it was awesome. They have all like old school games. My son got like FIFA 2008 or something for the Wii, so I picked that up for him. And they had a whole wall of DVDs, and they were all snap cases. Well, not all of them. There were snap cases there, so I got a bunch of snap cases. You know me and my snap cases. It was $1.99 each. Buy two get one free. I got 6, so I got 2 for free. Look at that math. Love that math. So very quickly, we'll go through these. First one up is The Bachelor, and it's got an amazing snap. It really does. ASMR. Listen to this. Oh, look at that. It's just unbelievable. So we got The Bachelor, The American President. Just absolutely, if you don't know these snap cases, Warner Brothers and New Line, you know, these were their initial, when DVDs first came out, this is how they released them. Everyone else kind of did the plastic. They did this for a while until they kind of jumped on board with like the regular Amarais. Next up, Driven, Sylvester Stallone. Never saw this. Don't even know if I knew about it. It's a little beat up, but again, it's just for the wall. I will watch some of them that I've never seen, though. Made in America, Whoopi and Teddy. I don't know if this is the movie where they are already dating, or they were dating, or... were they married? I don't know. Great snap, though. I'll tell you that. Robert De Niro, Eddie Murphy, and Showtime. Pretty good movie. And last up is Chill Factor with Skeet Skeet and Cuba Gooding Jr. Haven't seen this in years. Oh, that snap, man. I'm telling you. I absolutely love the snap cases. So those are my snap case vacation pickups. Move this to the side. And then last but not least, I took a trip with the kids and my brother-in-law to Blairstown, New Jersey, is where they filmed a Friday the... was I going to say the wrong movie? They filmed Friday the 13th. I've been there before. Camp Novi Bosco, I'm probably saying it wrong, is there. And that is where the campsite is from the first movie. And they also had a scene at the diner, Blairstown Diner. It's still there. That's where we went. And then we went to an alpaca farm and fed and pet and walked up alpacas, which was awesome. And some llamas too. But yeah, at the Blairstown Diner, listen, I would try it again. Bad time of year, ton of gnats. There's so many gnats in there. It was like, it got to the point where we couldn't eat our food anymore because it was just like, we just got grossed out. But the service was nice. The people were nice. The old school diner. They had a bunch of like memorabilia there, so it's definitely cool to check out. Maybe go in the fall or the winter. Stay away in the summer. Maybe it was just a bad day. Because even when I complained, I was like, "Oh, there's a lot of gnats here. Could we sit somewhere else?" And they were like, "Oh, they're kind of everywhere." So that's never a good sign. Because if they're there, they're in the kitchen. But anyway, got the Blairstown Diner hot sauce, which they're advertising a lot on social media. I haven't opened this one yet, but I tried it at the diner and it's pretty good. She warned me that it was kind of sweet. It's like almost like a tangy kind of hot barbecue sauce, and she wasn't wrong. It's a salt, pepper, ketchup hot sauce, which I thought was kind of unique, but it was really good. And then I had to get a t-shirt. I have a Blairstown Diner t-shirt already. This is the back of the t-shirt. So the other t-shirt I have is maroon, and that's the front. And the back has a hockey mask that is not the Jason hockey mask. It's not even the Part 5 hockey mask. But they got this one right. Blairstown Diner. This one is awesome. And it fits really nice, even though it's like just one of those Gildan or whatever they're called shirts. But yeah. So that is what I picked up in Blairstown. Again, great people there. It's a cute town. I have a friend that lives there. Very nice and rural kind of area. Awesome brewery. We hit up a brewery. Can I say that right? Brewery. When we were leaving, and unbelievable food. Amazing. But anyway, yeah, guys, this is it. I can't put everything on the table because there's too much. But these are my pickups. My summer pickups. Let me know in the comments below, what did you get this summer, June, July, August? Do you agree with any of the rants that I made today? I'm glad I'm back. Missed you guys. Hopefully I will start doing these videos on time and be more current. But in the meantime, thanks for stopping by. See you guys next time in the Nerd Cave.